How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. And after agony in Australia, brilliance in Brazil, and Herbert induced heartache in Argentina, we have travelled to Imola. Ricardo Rosset has travelled to Imola for Tyrrell's last dance. Imola is a track that I'm it's legendary, and I do like driving whenever it pops up. Hoping for some good stuff here, but championship chasing Ricardo Rosset nonetheless in his Tyrrell, the rocket ship Tyrrell, led by the drift master, as we're just going to head into the qualifying session just now. So we're just going to just jump right into that. So yeah, won in Brazil, which was an excellent drive. Pole position in Brazil, pole position as well in Argentina, which surprised me. May have surprised all of you as well, depending on obviously having seen some of the issues I've had with the Argentina track over the years. But yeah, so we got off to a really a bit of a poor start as we missed the first corner, dropped right down to 9th, and then were hit by Johnny Herbert quite viciously and took us out. We managed to get back up to 9th, I think, eventually, but not a great end to the qualifying or to the race. As we drifted, we drifted the wrong way there. We drifted the wrong way. So the drift master off to a poor start here, as we attempt to go to get back onto the track there. So yes, Imola has always been a favourite of mine. I imagine it's a favourite of many of you watching as well, because it's one of these ones that has a lot of history. Not always good, as we know. We'll not dwell on that too much. Obviously, some the Senna accident, but a legendary track nonetheless. Good to see it back on the F1 calendar. Missed it last year because of the terrible flooding in the region, but it will be back this year for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. So nice to see Imola back on the F1 calendar. Struggling to get the the lap down here, but we've done quite well here. Just finding our feet still as we come round lap 1. I think we're going to do the usual as we've been doing in the Tyrrell's Last Dance series. As we're whoa, dearie me, we need to watch that. As we'll likely do 6 laps, put it forward half an hour, and then do the final 6 laps there, depending on how we're placed. So Takagi there goes pole with a 142 dead. We're not going to get that here because of the couple of spins that we've had, but and just parking on the gravel there. But what we're going to finish off here. It's 149, so we're about 7.5 seconds down, but that was with 2 spins. So we managed to get through to avoid the spin there. As we're heading off, obviously, Takagi is not going to be one of the cars that we're going to be benchmarking ourselves off, because we have been doing quite well in our qualifying sessions. Apart from Australia, Australia was just a getting used to the car, getting used to the drifting, and getting used to the controls of this game. For those who are just joining for the first time, the controls for this one unique. Taking advantage of the PS1's analog sticks, it's forward and back for on the right analog stick for acceleration and braking, and you've got your left analog stick is for the steering, as we're accustomed to now. Now that did look like a Sauber ahead of us there, and it better not be Johnny Herbert. Scores to settle after the last time out with Johnny Herbert, and saying that, it could be a Benetton as well. The Benetton was very colourful. Somebody had coloured in the Benetton with a highlighter pen at this time. As we're coming into the final chicane, not here now of course, and we've just slowed right down there. That's not going to be good. 130 is the time to beat now for Alex Wirtz, so that was a Benetton that was in front of the Benetton of Alex Wirtz, but we've overtaken him by not 2 seconds, 1.3 seconds there, as we've managed to get through that. Oh, this section of corners, that was very clean there. So Ricardo Rosset is on fire. He's getting used to this car. He's getting used to this car, and how it works. A lot better than how he was doing it back in the day. Not a lot of drifting in this one yet either. So he's obviously seen it's a high speed track. Maybe no need to drift around some of the corners as of yet. The drifting in Australia was out of this world. As was certainly the one in Brazil. For some of the corners anyway. Oh, we've got a bit of traffic here. Can we? Yes, there we go. So that is expert traffic management there. Verts wasn't get a good handle of it. We've done a bit of drifting. We've saved the spin there. As we were saying that we weren't drifting a lot. He's brought that one out for the crowd. The fans are going wild. For Ricardo Rosset. As we get through the last chicane there, this is going to be a mega time here. 1:25.040. I imagine that's going to take some beating. He's put down a marker for the big boys at the front. Ricardo Rosset proving he is here to stay at the front. As we've just gone a bit wide there. Wasn't committed there. Tried to take a bit too much pace into the corner. That was just a misjudgment. Nothing. No airs and graces about it. That was just poor judgment on my part there. Try to take a bit too much into the chicane there. But we're coming round, and this has been a thingy. This has been, that was very clean there. Really, really feeling it. As I say, Imola has been one of these tracks that I've raced on many games since for a while now. So this is just, I do know this is like one of the tracks that are the opposite of Argentina, where I don't really know Argentina, I don't really like Argentina, and we were going great guns there. And as we start to do a bit of horn tooting, we make a mess of the. We make a mess of the last few corners here. Oh my goodness. So we'll not be improving that. I mean, there was pace there. As this is going to be the last flying lap of this stint. We'll see how we'll go on. Yeah, it just got to be quite. I ran a bit wide there. Didn't have a great line through those ones, so I had to be a bit more careful on the throttle there. They did the chicane a lot better this time. Almost parked it on the corner there though. But we're going great guns again here. So round the corner there, 51.3 to beat the time to beat for sector 1. We are really feeling it. Rosset is getting used to this car. He is loving life in the car and the rocket ship that Tyrrell have put underneath him. So here we go, 1:25.040, still the time to beat. It's a good marker, as we say, for the big boys to chase. But it goes! Spun again, drifting round. We're going to lose a bit of time there as well because we were drifting on the grass. Proper rally and stuff there from Rosset. As we're coming into the final chicane now, we've managed to do that. Okay, we might still be able to improve here. I think we will. We have. That's 1:22.8. So even with that the adventure we had at the end of the lap there, we've managed to improve as well. So there is some serious pace in this car for this qualifying session. So here we go now. Through, we're just going to ease the car back as he says, running over the grass there. But we'll make sure we get the car back in one piece to the garage. We've done our first stint of 6 here. We have got a mega time, 1:20. Well, what I think is a mega time, a 1:22.8. is a good marker. We've set our stall out early. We're going to overtake that arrows there as we're going to come round, taking a scenic route round the corner there, and we're just going to head straight into the pit lane. So let's see where we are going to be. As we head straight down there, lovely entrance to the pits as we're going to take on 6 laps more of fuel. So let's come into 7. So here we are. Whoop, in we go. We've crashed into our team. Well, crashed into Minardi there. So DC currently 3 seconds down. There's Ricardo Rosset's 1:30. So we'll advance the time there. I mean, I would be very surprised if they can't catch up a bit. So it's 50 minutes of the session to go. We'll advance our usual half hour, and then we'll see how we are going here. So 20 minutes of the session still remaining. Show us the timesheet, please. So we're still on pole as it stands just now. DC and Mika Hakkinen have pulled within, well, give or take within a second. But that last lap, that was the last lap, bear in mind, which could have been even faster, was the one to beat. So this could very well be a third pole in 4 races for Ricardo Rosset and Tyrrell. So let's just go back out. We'll go back out. We've put our fuel in. Let's head back out onto the track. Let's see if we can improve on 1:22.8 and really put a marker down for the rest of the field in the last 20 minutes. And that's a very good start to the lap. Unfortunately, it's not really going to count for much, but that's the best. That's the best we've taken those corners so far. So here we go round the hairpin. We go again. That's probably the best we've taken. Unfortunately, I mean, I can't believe we're having our best lap on the lap that doesn't count for anything. As we go round, oh, this would have been a belter. Oh, I was going to say this was actually had the makings of a good lap without drifting once. It actually looked as if, you know, I was in control there for a second. As we are just run right off here. So, we're going scenic here. As we come down, so we're going to get to build some momentum here for the first flying lap of stint 2. We still have the time to beat 1:22.8. Coming up to the final chicane. Oh dear. Oh, we kept it on the tarmac. That's good. As we head off down the start-finish straight and on to our first flying lap of stint number 2. Let's make it as good as it was when we came out on our out lap there. We've gone a bit scenic again. We're taking the rally route. He can't get away from the rally in as much as he tries. He knows the pace. The car has got pace underneath it. If he keeps it on the tarmac, but he just can't get away from the drifting. He just needs to do it. It's the invasive thoughts in his head are telling him to go over the grass, and he is giving into them. But you can do that if you've got a second advantage at the top of the timesheet, I suppose. Ken Tyrrell might be watching this. He might be going back and asking British American Tobacco for more money, because he has not given them a backmarker team. He has given them a rocket ship to build on. Would Jacques Villeneuve have had Ricardo Rosset would have probably been #1 driver at BAR in 1999 if this had actually happened in real life. Jacques Villeneuve, his nose would have been immediately out of place. BAR was his team, remember? And he's going to come in as the #2 driver behind potential world champion Ricardo Rosset. As we go, there we go. Your potential world champion, the only man who could be the Formula 1 world champion and world rally champion at the same time. Rumour has it that Sebastian Loeb's racing hero was in fact Ricardo Rosset because of how good he was at rallying. Rumours unconfirmed, but I have heard. So here we go. Still top of the timesheet with 122.8. We're really hammering it around this first half of the lap here. This is looking a very good time if we can keep it on the tarmac there. We did very well there. Let's see. We are moving swiftly in. There we go. Lovely stuff. We did. I mean, the invasive thoughts. He almost gave in to them there again. Oh, he even moved right towards the grass. Oh my goodness, the car's all over the place. The car is all over the place. What happened there? That wasn't the grass that did that. That's the there's the good old Formula 1 98 physics coming out there. Unless the car shouldn't have done that unless he ran over a boulder. And even in rallying, you really shouldn't be doing that. The man knows better than to aim for the big rock sticking out the ground. So here we go, 3 laps of the qualifying session to go. Still, we are the man to beat. As we run a bit wide there, we've lost a bit of the pace that we needed, but we ran a bit wide. Look at this, look at us go. He's really feeling it. The confidence is building. Ricardo Rosset obviously was a driver that needed a bit of confidence, and he has got that after the win in Brazil. They should have been points finish in Australia, and they should have been definitely, well, I mean, probably would have been a points finish in Argentina had Johnny Herbert not savagely run him off the road. I mean, that was clearly rank jealousy there from Johnny Herbert. He wishes he had the Tyrrell underneath him. He would have had more race wins to his name if he had the Tyrrell underneath him. But as it stands, Ricardo Rosset is going to be that man. He's going to have a better record in Formula 1 than Johnny Herbert. As we had a bit of bobble in there again. We need to stay away from that section of grass, because as soon as you go on it, the car starts to act like a bouncy ball. As we're coming right, I mean, that was just, I mean, that was just a line that didn't exist there that he went for. As we head to, so I think we got the good thing, we got the job done at in the first stint of the qualifying, because this one has been a bit scrappy. Hopefully that doesn't translate into the race, as we've lost a bit of pace there. But it's okay. Consolidating. It's all about just being out on track and putting in the laps, putting in the practice laps. Because you can never have too much preparation for a Formula 1 Sunday. Even if that does mean we've not bettered our time, but you know, we've got 10 minutes of the session still to go. No one's bettered our time yet. So I mean that just shows how mega a lap that was. And wish to point out as well, it could have been even better had we not gone for a bit of an adventure. Like we're down here again. Oh my goodness, I've just not nailed these last. I've not nailed this section at all in this next stint. Oh, that's just that section there. I'll need to watch that. That could be the difference between a second win of the season and a new point finish again in the race. So last qualifying lap. Let's see if we can improve again and put a bit more daylight between ourselves and the McLarens, who are currently sitting second and third, as we are racing down the track here. That was nicely done. There was a bit of grass touch in there, but we have managed to get it done. Bit slow round the hairpin there, but that's okay. We kept it on the track, keeping it on the black and white, or keeping it between the white lines. Sorry, is key to speed. as we're going to try and do here. I tried to turn on a bit early. The invasive thoughts almost won again to try and go over the grass. There we go. That was slightly better. There was a bit of grass touching there again. He can't help himself sometimes. But here we go. This is the danger last section. Try not to carry a lot of pace in. Oh, we've drifted. We've drifted, but we've kept it. We've kept the majority of the wheels on the tarmac. Oh, and we did it again. Oh my goodness, that was close. That was close. I am petrified. I think I'm in my head now for that last section. But we may be able to improve here. We're at 118. What are we going to get? We have improved slightly. That looked as if it was 122.6. We may have improved slightly, but we'll just need to see how we get on here, as we will just go to the race. Right, we'll return to car setup to see if that does anything with the so we can see the times. I don't, I'm not the best. I'm not an expert at car setup. I don't think we need to tweak the setup at this point in time. Anyway, we just need to see if we can see the timesheet on there. But whilst we wait to do that, I just wish to thank everyone for watching the series. It's been a great series so far. I greatly appreciate all the comments and all the. There we go. So we did. I'll interrupt myself there, as we do have our third pole in 4 races, 1.138 seconds ahead of DC, and then Schumacher slightly behind him. Hakkinen drops to 4th. So you've got a Tyrrell McLaren, Ferrari there. So yes, as I was saying, I've greatly appreciated all the kind words in the comments, and anyone that is watched the video so far. It is greatly appreciated. If you have enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel, and you'll see more from this series, from the series past and the series that we're going to continue tomorrow, Damon's Redemption, where we take over Damon Hill on the same 1998 season. So if you want to see more, please consider doing that, and it would be greatly appreciated, as I said. So as we head now to the starting grid, we will be taking the pole starting box once again, hoping for a better. We got off to a decent start in Argentina before I completely phased out for whatever reason. Decided not to take the corner and headed straight on. It was a bit like Lewis Hamilton at Baku a couple of years ago, where we started and then we just decided not to stop. So here we go. We have got off to a good start. DC is right up beside us though, and we are on the inside line, so we've not got the best line. We have taken the rally route here, as we are. So we've got a bit of daylight now. So DC was up ahead of us, but we've managed to fend him off. But as it was with Brazil, the other cars, obviously the faster cars, do keep on your tail. Eddie Irvine at one point almost overtook us. He slammed into the side of us, if you remember there, on the last corner before we had to start finish straight. Don't know what route he was taking, but he took a route that I didn't quite appreciate, a route right into my side pod. And obviously we've not had there's DC back again. So he's right up beside us again. He's going to try and take the inside line. We're going to protect ourselves there. But we really need to watch this next section here. We've got a bit of daylight between us. We'll just use that to make sure that we stay on the tarmac, and we do that quite well there. So we have managed to get through this, the first of 6 times there, and we've got a bit of daylight between ourselves and the chasing pack. As I say, it could all change in an instant. One route off there. We have got a good bit of daylight now. That is good to see, because we may need it. Because we have had some adventures in the last section of the track. I am not. The closer we got to, I was okay for the first 2 or 3 laps. In the Brazil race, but the closer I got to the finish line, the more panicked I got. That's when the mistakes started to creep in, and that's where, there you go. So I'm already thinking in the back of my mind it could happen again. So Rosset out in front, DC behind them. There's a Ferrari, I imagine, of Michael Schumacher behind him as well. So it is as we come through the middle sector of the race, or the middle sector of the lap, sorry. Lap 2 of 6 as we head up towards the start of Sector 3. Cleanly through the chicane there as we head to the trouble area. As I'm just going to make sure we just get ourselves round here again, and don't worry about the cars behind you. If you can keep it on the track, they will not be able to. They will not be able to catch up, and it doesn't look as if they have. We have got a good bit of distance between us, a good bit of daylight now between us and the chase pack as we cross the line now to start lap 3. We are officially 1/3 of the way through the race, and it is as you were. Wirtz has lost a position to John Alesi. So Alesi now up into the points, but it is as you were. The top 5: Rosset, DC, Schumacher, Irvine, Hakkinen, and Irvine. Oh, as we go a bit of a rally there. It's good, but it is good that we've got the car in a straight line. It is a rocket ship. It is not an exaggeration to say that. 1:23 dead was the best lap that I've put in yet. So again, I mean, that's probably the closest I've got to the pole time since I actually set it on lap 5 of the quali stint there. That does look like there's a Ferrari behind us though, so we have lost a bit of the daylight we had. There was almost a semi bit of rally there. The invasive thoughts are coming in the race now, but we just need to just slow right down, get ourselves round here. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. The acceleration of this car, it is very, very twitchy on the throttle, on the lower gears. As we're going to come round the final chicane, as we go across the gravel, we'll lose a lot of momentum there. This has not been a good lap at all. We are going to be seconds down on our best. I mean, that's a 1:27. That is really, really poor. Again, it is as you were in the points, as we see the points paying positions down below. Hakkinen being in 4th is good for everyone else below him. Hakkinen top of the driver's standings, as we are looking to take as strange to say in lap 4, race 4 of the season, Ricardo Rosset looking to take a chunk of points out of Mika Hakkinen's lead in the World Drivers' Championship. But this could be win number 2, but again, not counting the chickens before they're hatched, as we're going to head through. That's aqua minerale, or mineral water as it is in my native tongue. Oh, we've gone thingy, he's gone rallying. The invasive thoughts are starting to creep in. Rosset is all over. I mean, the panic is now setting in. I think the panic now might be setting in as he closes in on a second Grand Prix victory of his career and of the season. The invasive thoughts of I could be World Rally Champion could be creeping in here. The little rally driver on his shoulder is telling him, go on the grass, Ricardo. You know you can do it. You know you want to do it. You are the drift master. He's not been doing a lot of drifting in this weekend so far, and that's obviously angering the little rally driver on his shoulder. The Formula 1 driver on the other shoulder telling him, you could be World Drivers Champion, Ricardo, if you could keep it calm for the next 2 laps. And that's what he's trying to do here. That is what we are trying to do here. We have got another good bit of daylight between us and the chasing pack. If we can keep it on the tarmac, this could be within reach, but there is a lot of driving still to go. This is going to be the longest lap and a half possible. The longest lap and a half ever at Imola, quite possibly. As we go round that, it's very good. That was very cool, calm and collected from Ricardo there. As we are now heading through, we're at the front, we have managed to avoid Johnny Herbert as well. He's down in the pack. He's not going to steal points off us today. He's not going to forcibly take points off us. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he is. Oh my goodness. The rally driver, the devil rally driver on the shoulder took over for a second there. But he kept it calm. He managed to, oh my goodness. Right, we're on all sorts of surfaces now. we've had grass, we have had drifting, we've had gravel. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go here. This is going to be... Get through this section. Get through this section cleanly. There's a fast-paced section that I cannot see any cars behind us. But they will be ready, willing and able to take advantage of any mistakes now in this last 2/3 of a lap. As we're going to come round here. Excellent stuff so far as we come down to mineral water. Just taking it easy. Don't take it too easy though. We can't afford to lose any pace whatsoever. These cars are quick behind us. There are McLarens and Ferraris. We are catching up to the back of the pack though. What is happening to them? There must have been trouble back there because we may well just be about to lap some cars. I don't want to... This is trouble. This is trouble. This is not where you want to encounter traffic. We've encountered traffic. This is not good. We've got a bit of space between us. Oh, they're just coming round there. We need to keep ourselves out of trouble here. And the traffic is really, really holding us up. Move out of the way. Where's the blue flags? Where are the blue flags? We may be okay. We're going to be okay. And we've lapped a car as well. We have finished first. We have managed to get another race win. It was a bit shaky towards the end. Those last 2 laps. The invasive thoughts. And then traffic after 6 laps. There was some erratic driving there at the end that almost had the McLarens and the Ferraris catching us up. But we managed to hold on. We did nothing stupid, thankfully. There was invasive thoughts in my head to try and overtake them. But we didn't. We managed to stay on. Eventually, the gap came down to 1 second. And it looked, at one point, it was a lot bigger than 1 second. But there are your points paying positions there. Ricardo Rosset with a second win of the season at Imola, followed by David Coulthard, followed by Michael Schumacher. That is your podium. The championship leader coming into this race, Mika Häkkinen, could only muster up a 4th place. Eddie Irvine in the second Ferrari takes 5th, and Jean Alesi takes the final points paying position there. As that's just the random fastest lap. So we'll go now to the Drivers' Championship standings as we are now joint second, 2 points behind Mika Häkkinen. Ourselves and Michael Schumacher are on 20 points. We are 4 points clear of Eddie Irvine in 3rd. Heinz-Harald Frentzen still on 10 points for Williams there in 4th. DC 5th, Wirtz 6th, Damon 7th with Jean Alesi and Johnny bloody Herbert there in joint 7th. So we are right in this championship race here. 20 points for us and Schumacher of the Michael variety, and 22 points. We are just 2 points back. That 4th place finish was critical for us in this world drivers championship. Even this early stage of the season. We'll go to the constructors points as well as we consolidate 3rd place. It looks as if it's going to be a 1-man team holding the fort for Tyrrell. 20 points, 10 ahead of Williams, who again are themselves a 1-man team, with Heinz-Harald Frentzen doing all the heavy lifting there. World champion Williams #1, not having the best of seasons so far. But Ferrari out in front, McLaren Mercedes, in 2nd place. So we will move on from this one. We are right in this fight. As we move on to the next race. As you can see there, will be in Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix, a track which I'm not sure how we will fare at that track, but we will certainly. It's a track that I know very well, so that can't hurt. As we chase down in a Tyrrell in 1998 the World Drivers' Championship. Ricardo Rosset could be up there with Jackie Stewart as Tyrrell World Champions. What a thought that is. But until next week when we return to Tyrrell's Last Dance, I just once again want to thank you all very much for watching. As I say, it's greatly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.